Outstanding athlete, quick off the mound. You'll see him work quick, which is what their pitching coach Bert Blyleven, the Hall of Famer, born in the Netherlands himself. There's the Dutch master. If they don't work quickly, they'll hear from him.
Reyes bunting, that's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the switch hitting leadoff man Jose Reyes, who was 7 for 27 so far in the tournament.
That was a trademark of the Dutch team when it was a major upset for them to beat the Dominican Republic in 2009. They didn't have overpowering pitchers, but they threw strikes and got ahead of hitters consistently.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Reyes. Miguel Tejada next for the DR. And the payoff pitch home is popped up. Valentine and right, there's 1 away. Outfield corners have already been something of a challenge tonight, and to end the top half of the first, no challenge at all for Moises Sierra. Look at the whip. Look at the kid with the Giants sweatshirt on with the total whip. Air. And there are so many little degrees of separation when you think about what happens in the corner and what's happened in corners past. We say hello to Tom Verducci with a little more on that.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people, especially in Chicago, had some flashbacks watching a left fielder named Moises reaching into the stands, battling a fan with glasses, by the way, for a foul ball. In this case, the ball was caught. Of course, we're referencing 2003 National League Championship Series. It was Moises Alou in left field, battling for a foul ball in that championship series, coming up empty. There he is right there. He is the general manager for the Dominican Republic team. And just to continue the connections even further, his last professional at bat, Moises Alou, came in the 2009 WBC, and the pitcher who retired him is Diego Mar Maxwell on the mound today for the Netherlands.
Can't write that stuff, Verducci. You can't make it up. Verducci would crush everybody in the Kevin Costner 5 degrees of separation game, by the way. That's not a fair fight. It is Miguel Tejada facing Diego Marmarquel here with 1 away and the base is empty. Yeah, Moises Alou has been a very active presence around these games as we flash you back to Game 6 of the 2003 NLCS. A shocked Moises Alou looked up and went through all the histrionics that led to Steve Bartman and his very unsafe place in the ballpark that night. Billy Goat's Gatorade gloves and Steve Bartman, and the curse of Wrigley lives on. A ball and 2 strikes. It remains to Miguel Tejada. We don't have to worry about that guy being the new Bartman. Although it does strike me that the Dutch colors and the Giants colors play in perfectly for that guy. We're not sure if he's from Holland or if he's from San Mateo.
Got a couple empty seats next to him also that gave Sierra a little more wiggle room out there to make that catch.
Well, he does now. I don't think his friends wanted to have anything to do with it.
Oh, that's right. They left.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Miguel Tejada. A high fly ball out to left. Sams is under it.
Well, let's check out the rest of the Netherlands behind Diego Marmarquel. You just saw Killian Sams make that catch. Roger Bernardina's in center field. Vladimir Valentine in right. Around the infield, you have Jonathan Schwope, Andrelton Simmons, Jurgen Profar, Kurt Smith at first. Deshenko Ricardo is doing the catch.
2 gone, base is empty for Robinson Cano, and if you have to face Robinson Cano, which the Dutch will have to do, likely 4 or 5 times tonight, this is the circumstance you'd prefer it happen. He has hit in all 6 games in the tournament for Team Dominican Republic to the tune of a .519 batting average. That translates into 14 hits in 27 plate appearances. He's been the MVP of round 1. He's been the MVP of round 2. Markwell's 0-1, make it 0-2 to Robinson Cano.
All the injuries the Yankees have had this spring, the latest being the doubtful status of Mark Teixeira. Here's one guy that just keeps getting better every year, and one that they're going to have to depend on more and more.
Robinson's father, Jose, is here, a member of the coaching staff for Team Dominican Republic, and we remember Jose from the home run derby 2 years ago at the All-Star game in Phoenix. BP pitcher, serving it up for his son, and Jose has been on our maps ever since.
Giving him plenty of room in the outfield. You see they're noticeably deeper in left and right.
Still the ball and 2 strikes to Robinson Cano.
Well, from the time he came up, you hate to compare a player with a previous player, but from the day I saw him take his first swings as a Yankee, kind of reminded me of Rod Carew with power. You know, he has that loose grip on the bat, great bat control, looks very relaxed, not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. And Rodney showed some power one year. He could crank it up occasionally, but on a consistent basis, and particularly with the ballpark he has to hit in New York, Robinson Cano more of a power hitter than Rodney was.
Ball and 2 strikes to Robinson Cano. More power on deck in Edwin Encarnacion. Diego Marmarquel trying for a 1-2-3 start to his night. 2-2. Well, we have seen such an easy countenance on Robinson Cano throughout the tournament. He took exception with some slides in Arizona against the Italian team and had a dismissive look about his face as if to say, don't slide into me like that. I got 4 All-Star appearances and probably a couple of MVPs in my future. He had an easy look on his face in Miami when he hit a big home run on Tuesday. Come back and fill the count now after being behind 0-2.
Well, that is the sign of a good hitter right there. You get 2 quick strikes, and he can still have the same approach. You know, a less disciplined hitter apt to chase that 2-2 breaking ball.
Here is the payoff pitch home. And Cano sends a base hit back up the middle. There are worse fates against Robinson Cano than yielding the 1-out single. The 2-out single, that is.
Markwell comes back with the fastball, middle of the plate, and Robinson hits it right up the middle.
A 2-out base runner now for Edwin Encarnacion. The Toronto Blue Jays slugger 5 for 20 so far in the tournament. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. Encarnacion coming off a career year at Rogers Center in 2012. An all-time best 42 home runs, 110 driven in.
And I don't know how much advanced scouting these teams do in the World Baseball Classic, but if you notice Robinson Cano's lead rather modest, Markwell has an outstanding pickoff move.
You know, with 2 out here, this doesn't come into play, but it's worth to mention the fact that Markwell was able to retire so many hitters in his last start via the ground ball. He pitched on March 8th against Cuba, and while he gave up 9 base hits, he got out of jams with 5 double plays turned behind him. And 2 out here with the runner at first base. There's a ground ball to the left side of the infield. And no damage done against Diego Marmarquel in the bottom half of the first. Still 1-0 Dutch.
It's the most unpredictable hour in baseball. An intentional take on all the day's news and buzz.
The 2 of us are out, you're in.
Intentional Talk, weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Hut's new big pizza sliders are here.
Big.
Delicious sliders. Get 9 in a box for just $10.
$10? I like that math.
You can mix and match up to 3 ways.
3 new big pizza sliders.
And that's how you make it great.
You build a reputation by not breaking down.